Welcome everyone, and today we'll be presenting to you our new solution called Servefficient, which will use machine learning and data from fast food restaurant apps to provide better solutions for the benefit of fast food restaurants. So we all know that fast food restaurants struggle with efficiency, especially during the most busy hours. We've all been there. As customers, we go in and we have to wait sometimes 15 or 20 minutes to get our food, which is not the point of a fast food restaurant at all. If you're not fast enough, customers can get annoyed and perceive the business as a bad one, and they might never come back. Moreover, sometimes fast food restaurants cook more food than they're supposed to, and this produces a lot of waste. And other times they struggle to provide the food at the right time that they need to. For example, KFC cooks the chicken and it takes 15 minutes to cook. So if you don't have it ready when the customer is asking for it, you'll have your customer waiting for 15 minutes in the restaurant, which means that they will probably get annoyed and not come back for a long time. Also, since we're talking about food, we need to consider things such as expiration dates and freshness. We can't cook something and leave it there until a customer decides to order that. So we need to make sure that you're providing your customers with the best service that they can have. So what if there was a way for your company to know when customers are going to order, around what time they will show up at your restaurant? So using data provided by your apps, we will know when the customer usually comes to the restaurant and what they usually order. This is done because most apps have a QR code that associates each order that the person makes in store with a specific customer number. So if we know that a customer comes every day at 12 p.m. and orders the exact same thing, can have that ready for them. So learning what the customer will want will help you know what you need. This will improve efficiency, reducing time that customers have to wait, because you won't have to cook the food while the customer is already waiting. The food will be done and the customer will receive their food as fast as possible. This will also help you to administrate the supply of food and the freshness of it, because you won't cook food before. You'll have it cooked when you know the customer is coming. This will also reduce the money on warehousing costs and lost customers, because as the time is reduced, customers will more likely come to your restaurant because they are seeking a fast service. We'll also reduce the waste of your company, because you won't spend money on food that you didn't sell at the end. So therefore, by implementing our solution, your company will be able to optimize your efficiency, but not only for you, but for your customers who are seeking a fast and reliable experience and will come to you knowing that you provide it.
So regarding our mission, given that we'll provide a B2B technological solution for fast food restaurants using machine learning, our mission statements will be to refresh the way of producing and consuming fast food products. So to refresh the way of producing, because as explained, the fast food restaurants will be able to rely on our technology to produce in line with demand and therefore reducing their waste. But our mission is also to refresh the way of consuming, because the customers of these fast food restaurants will hardly have to wait any longer for their favorite burgers. Regarding now our culture and our values, so we have three main ones. The first one being the cooperation of our team. So we don't want everyone to work separately in the fields, but that we can really all work together by submitting our different ideas in order to advance our technology as much as possible. So our goal is to develop the different skills of our team, their leadership, and the different ideas to innovate, which leads us to our second value, which is innovation. So given the technology is advancing day by day, we will constantly have to reinvent ourselves in order to be up to date with the recent emerging technologies and to always stand out from competition. Finally, the culture of our company is to be customer-centric, and it's in this that the two preceding values will help us, because it's by working all together and by always seeking to innovate that we will succeed in meeting the needs of our increasingly demanding customers.
So for the customer validation, it's a product development's essential phase, since it's like the steps we have to take the product from a concept to the market availability, and basically determining if there's a need for the good in the target market. So for goals, we want to satisfy both restaurants and consumers. First, restaurants, by, as explained before, using data so they can know an approximate amount of what they need to buy, and which also is a plus because it will reduce food waste. Also, they will be less stressed because they will kind of know how many people they will have in the restaurant for the day and how much food they have to make. And second, satisfy the clients by making the waiting time shorter. We will be entering an oligopoly since there are already some companies in Spain, such as Glovo or Uber Eats, that dominate the market and already give customers the possibility to schedule food they want for a certain time. However, it's not the exact same product because we will be doing restaurants that have the customers in there and not a delivery service. But it also kind of help restaurants to food waste when customers decide to schedule the food for a certain time. And the concept is not exactly the same, but it's the most similar product. And taking this as a reference, each Glovo and Uber Eats have 2 million users in our country. And in order to test our product, we will be starting by giving the service to certain restaurants that are interested in using it. And if it works and it's efficient, we will be expanding to the whole country and later on to more countries and eventually worldwide.
For our business model, we have decided to describe 4 main components of it. So for our customers, we are going to target all the fast food restaurants which have a high production rate and a high demand for their products in order for our software to be as useful and as efficient as possible for them. For the relationship that we are going to have with them, so even if we provide them with an automated system, it is important that we constantly maintain a personal assistant to help them use our software and to be sure that they provide the right data in order for our software to be as useful as possible for them. Then regarding the parts on our revenues and our costs, so our revenues will be mainly based on the installation at the fixed cost of our software for these restaurants, plus an annual subscription to pay for our software to continue to constantly analyze the data. And regarding our costs, so it will mainly be the wages of our employees, the maintenance costs of our software that we'll need to take into consideration at one point, the costs related to our customer support that we want to set up, data center costs also, but it will also be research and development costs as we always want to innovate, and marketing costs as we always want to improve the awareness of our software.
As we all know, the fast food market is extremely crowded. So once our service will be established, increasing in scale should not be a problem. While we target all fast food, our focus will be the largest franchises as the number of locations should significantly boost our business. However, we are not constrained to the fast food market. Indeed, having an objective to grab the fast food industry is a good way to start, but our technology can have many more uses. After having a good expansion, we might decide to start working with restaurants or bars to help them as well. So the size of our business can quite literally be limitless. And by starting to attract fast food chains, we can expect our technology to expand past its initial use.
So for the competition analysis, what we're basically going to do is analyzing our possible competitors to see what strengths and weaknesses we can have against them. So our product is basically creating a software, and therefore our main competitors will be the largest software companies in the world, which, as we can see on the chart, are Microsoft, followed by Oracle and IBM. But however, our main competitors here in Spain will be Beresdev and Merrick Studio. So Beresdev, basically what they do is provide delivery of software projects to companies of all sizes, from startups to global corporations. And Merrick Studio's main service is to provide mobile app development, product design, and software development consulting. So the weaknesses that we can possibly have against these companies are that we'll be entering a monopolistic competition, and therefore there are a lot of companies that can possibly create the same product or a very similar product as of what we are offering. However, our strength and what differentiates us from these companies is that we also focus on waste management.
So, our first objective should be to try to work with a local fast food to soft launch it and to see how it performs and how the service can be improved. The beta testing of the service should take about a year to produce qualitative output. After we are satisfied with the data it can collect, we can start going to more fast food and pitch our product to them to expand the product. To truly see the benefits, our service should be in use for 2 years, meaning that we will mostly work with smaller businesses at first. Once we've managed to show the benefits, we can expect to start working with a large fast food chain. This will launch our product for us as competitors always pay attention to what other companies do and will thus approach us to implement the technology in their restaurants as well. We can expect to start working with several chains within a year after starting to work with the first large chain. After this, we think that in the future of the fast food industry, whenever a new fast food chain tries to open, it will come to us to seek advice and to make their restaurants as good as possible.
So who is Servefficient? We are an extremely diverse team from more than 5 countries. We are Gina, CEO and founder of the business, ex-Google. We are Thomas, co-founder and chief technology officer with more than 10 years of experience at IBM. We are Carlota with 12 years of experience in marketing at Apple. We are Nicolas, Chief IT, Chief Security, and Chief AI Officer with more than 15 years of experience at Google. And we are myself, Chief Financial Officer with more than 10 years of experience at Santander. So what does Servefficient really offer? Well, first, we are an extremely diverse and knowledgeable team with extensive experience in the fields of IT and data. We have brilliant programmers and cloud specialists and many more. What do we want to do? We want to really use AI, machine learning to improve the fast food industry. We want to combine new technologies to help fast food restaurants become more efficient, earn higher profits, and waste less food. We want to also form a culture of cooperation within the business where we believe everyone should be able to develop his or her skills. We believe in the value of technology in improving the world, and we want our customers to be at the center of all the efforts that we do. We want to develop personalized services for each business so that they are able to find solutions that really are tailored to their needs. Finally, we want to help the planet. We want to help reduce one of the world's worst problems, food waste. So if you think that Servefficient really is a great idea as much as we think it is, we offer you a 10% stake in our business in return for a 100,000 euro investment. We have started our business already and have current customers. So the major proportion of this investment, 85%, we would like to use for our R&D, research and development efforts, because we think it's important to, first of all, improve our current product, and second, develop new products. So this investment would be used to develop further products in different areas. 15% of this sum we would like to use for our marketing efforts and make our brand more visible. We are searching for a strategic partner that is willing to invest in an idea that truly helps our clients and the world.